it was somewhat deflated. For the first time, I was optimistic about watching a show overall. I knew there was going to be bumps in the road, but I was optimistic I was going to leave on a high note. And instead, as I mentioned, the creative team showed up to work on a high note, but we're going to talk about that. What?
I don't know. Do you blame the creative team? Because we had just finished recording The Experience. We talked about the fact that WWE did it right. Night one ended. Everyone went home happy. And it seems like they should do that again tomorrow. And then all of a sudden, this villain with a thin mustache rode into town. And everything went haywire. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I'm going to blame the creative team or the villain with the mustache. I don't know.
Cody Rhodes got tied to the railroad tracks, baby. Save me, save me. And then along came Vince. Oh, he looks like everybody's made the comparisons, the silent movie villains. I mentioned here a little bit before we went on the air, I said maybe Raymond Navarro's grandfather. Google that one, kids. It's insane. And he's on television now with that hair is dyed so dark that lightning bugs are going to follow him around in the daytime. He's got what look to be woolly worms, dark black woolly worms serving as eyebrows on his newly reorganized face. And then that thing, the Hershey Highway sideways across his upper lip he looks deranged. And meanwhile, there's his eyes look like they have one expression while his face looks like it has another one all at the same time. How do you describe that, Brian?
I don't remember that show in the 80s out of England. I forget the name of it, but they did that Genesis video for Land of Confusion where it was just like giant puppet heads. Forget the name of it. I'm sorry to the British listeners.
Who's operating Vince's cheeks then?
He looks crazy. You know what I thought of, though? At the very end, Walt Disney dyed his hair to make that video pitching Epcot and pitching Disney World, pitching the whole concept of Florida basically giving him a ton of land to turn it into what it's become. Originally, there were different visions. Epcot was actually going to be a city, the experimental prototype city of tomorrow. But Walt Disney thought in order to sell this, I need to look younger than I do.
So you're saying that it's been 37 years ago that he did that interview saying, I want to be the Walt Disney of wrestling. And now, son of a gun, at nearly 80, he's finally done it. He's going to be frozen. He's going to be frozen in the freezer at the commissary down on the second floor of Titan Tower until they can figure out a way to reanimate him once he comes back to life or whatever the fuck.
Can you imagine sitting in the boardroom at Endeavor or wherever it may be?
Endeavor or wherever?
Endeavor or wherever. That may be the name of the new company, actually.
Endeavor wherever we go.
And you're waiting on Vince and someone says, Vince just arrived. When do you see him? And in your head, you're thinking, wow, he really must be working out. He must look like really buff. Wait, do you see Vince? What else could it mean? All of a sudden he shows up with the mustache, dyed black hair, the eyebrows, whatever's going on with the face. Hey, pal.
Hey, I'll tell you what, if they've got any employees named Penelope Pitstop up there, they're going to be the next paralegal to watch out for.
Free diva mustache rides.